Womanhood is scary. And the reason I know why it's scary, or I know that it is scary, is because most of these blushes are not even mine. But I understand the mindset behind them. Even after not being close to the girl who has them, who owns them, for 10 years. This one's mine. I made this. It's a prototype. If I see it from anyone, and you might be like, why would I steal it anyway? You don't get it. You don't get it. Don't even worry about this one. That's my baby. I've got a couple other ones over here as well. Like one down somewhere. Regardless, a lot of our experiences are very similar. And a lot of our needs and wants, because we're human, end up being very similar. A lot of our fears are also similar. A lot of our insecurities are very similar. I got to see an old friend today, someone that I haven't seen in at least 5 years, which was cool. It was very nice. We got along. We used to get along, so I wasn't really surprised. But stupidly enough, I had not reached out to them for a while after being in the same area, because I wanted to make sure I had enough money to go out and do stuff and whatever. When in all actuality, we could have just been hanging out the whole time. Now, every situation is not so good, and certain situations call for deeper inspection. Sometimes you'll think someone's very close with you and they'll be talking shit behind your back. Sometimes they'll do it to your face and behind your back, which is very dastardly, because that makes it feel like they're a real friend, but turns out they just like to talk shit, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Anyway, some of the more recent experiences have been weird, and by recent I mean in the past 3 years. Isn't that odd? That used to be a more negligible period of time. Or rather, I guess a more impactful one. That recent would have been, sorry, I'm mixing up my words. Recent maybe would have been within the last year or several months if I were in high school, but now in my old wise age, it's years. But it does feel that way. Either way, inspecting friendships has become something of a pastime, not only out of just true fear and paranoia, also just out of general caution, because sometimes you don't know who you're dealing with, and that's very scary. It's very scary to find out that someone who you really thought was on your side is not. What's less scary is finding out someone's true intentions after feeling like they had it out for you. That, if anything, may be painful, but it can also be quite cathartic. For instance, one person, she did not like me. I tried to like her. Our mutual friend said that we'd probably like each other. We didn't. And that was one of the first times someone had been wrong, but this was a This whole thing was very interesting as a whole anyway. But I may not look like the belle of the ball right now, but a common issue that I've had with my friends and people that I'm not super close with, I guess I should say acquaintances, if anything, really. But certain acquaintances and certain half friends is they will think that I'm flirting with their boyfriend, and I'm not. And I hate to say it, 99% of the time I'm not. There's been a 1% of the time. But this person is not my friend. They're not my friend. So, frankly, I guess I shouldn't even include it. But yeah, I have not, I'm not one to flirt with my friends' boyfriends. Now, I don't endorse flirting with someone who's in a relationship. I don't think that's a good thing to do. But if it comes down to it and you're like, wow, oh my gosh, I just have to make it known. Do your own thing at your own risk. You will pay a price, but do your own thing at your own risk. Anyway, this particular instance is always funny to me because this girl who thought I was flirting with her boyfriend, she lashed out at me in the group chat. Our mutual friend did not defend me, presumably because she also had some inkling that I was flirting with her boyfriend. I wasn't. There was a time I thought he was flirting with me, and I brought him back to her on that night because I was like, ooh, please no. And frankly, that relationship started in a precarious way. It started in a very precarious way, so I could see why she might be wary of me, but I was not the one to be wary of. Your boyfriend was the one to be wary of, and that's fine. People get silly. And the one whose boyfriend probably actively cheated on her, he did as well. He tried to say shit to me. Is very weird. I didn't even like him as a friend. The other two, I wanted to be friends with them. And him, I didn't even want to be friendly with him. So it was like I tried so hard at first, and then eventually I just couldn't fucking stand him for good reason. He was one of those boyfriends that you just want your friend. She lied about me as well. This was a whole mess. But he was one of the boyfriends that you're like, oh my god, my friend, I need her to break up with him so desperately. And they did, and then got back together, and then blah, 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 blah. We all do it. Usually, Some people don't, which is cool for them. Either way, this other girl who thought that I was flirting with her boyfriend, because we had all smoked, we were all talking, we were having a little drinky poo, yada yada yada. And throughout the night, it just got worse and worse, just little by little. And she would say something slick, and then we would tell her what we're talking about, and we're like, okay, whatever. And it just kept going. I guess I'm supposed to be speaking into here. Oops. I'm gonna keep speaking like this because if I start speaking into here, it's gonna be a little crazy, and the switch up is gonna be very jarring, I think. So I'm gonna start speaking into here still. This will be fine. Yada 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 yada. Anyway, Yada from what's that game called? Yada from Dandy's World. She's my favorite director. I love her so much. Anyway, here's the thing. She'd start getting annoyed. She would do her little thing that she does, her little snide shit. Then we drink and smoke some more. And then it got to a point where it was about the end of the night. And someone said do you think or somebody was like, oh, her boyfriend looks like this celebrity, let's say Drake. He doesn't look like Drake, but I was like, yeah, her boyfriend looks like Drake. And then she's like, oh, hey, to me, do you think blank her boyfriend's name is attractive? And then she goes, no, sorry, do you think Drake is attractive? And everybody in the room was like, oh my god. And I was like, oh. And he was like, okay, we need to go to bed. You need to go to bed. And I was like, it's fine. Whatever. No. Don't think Drake is attractive. I think he's fucking, I don't know. Which didn't, I guess, didn't really fucking help her. Now that I think about it, now that I'm saying it out loud, I lose regardless. Because she wants to know if I think her boyfriend is cute. And so if I say yes, then I'm flirting with him. And if I say no, then I'm insulting her boyfriend. I just don't win. I don't fucking win. I just realized that. But yeah, that conversation happens, and then at some point, we all very soon after that, less than 20 minutes, less than half an hour at least, we all go to our rooms, and she takes this as an excuse, and I've gained weight quite a bit, and there was a day, however long ago, that I had a crop top on. And my boobies were hanging out of the crop top. And this is why I want a breast lift when I get done losing weight. And she and our mutual friend were sitting on the couch. And I realized, probably just a second too late, that the crop top was grabbing. I was like, ooh. And she used this night, whatever, as an excuse to go in the group chat, start saying a whole bunch of shit, and then she said a bunch of slightly random, slightly targeted shit. But the main thing I remember her saying is something, saggy titties, and then she just started spamming it in the group chat, in the roommate group chat. Did I mention we were all roommates? I don't think I did. Oops. And I was like, this is crazy. You're doing this because you think I like your boyfriend. That's crazy. Here's the fucking kicker. Want to hear the fucking kicker? I was talking to her boyfriend about the guy that I had a crush on. Even though I shouldn't give her any props at all whatsoever, I shouldn't give her anything. To her credit, the guy that I had a crush on, yes, he had a girlfriend. But I have never once in my life claimed to be friends or claimed to want to be friends with his girlfriend. I don't think it's right. And it's not even like it's very weird, it's very odd, it's very strange. Moving past that, I'm not friends with this girl. I don't try to act like I'm friends with this girl. They don't even know. They didn't know at the time, they don't know now. But it was so crazy to me, and it's always crazy to me every time I remember this. That she was so dialed in on me not having a boyfriend and probably just crawling, slobbering all over her man. When in all actuality, I was defending an interest of the guy that I like to her boyfriend. I was at the party talking about a different guy with her boyfriend. I didn't want him. But she got so mad that she lashed out at me. And then someone that I have been friends with for longer didn't defend me or stop her. Now here's the thing. I've had other issues with them. I had other issues with them, and I have since. That whole friend group is a lot. And it's frightening to think that you can convince yourself to spend so much time with people who would throw you under the bus. I had actual friends that I just wasn't reaching out to because I was in a bad spot mentally. And so in my head, I was like, well, yeah, I guess I should hang out with these people because they're right here and they're inviting me out to stuff. I might as well go. But because I was in such a bad spot, I kept allowing myself to indulge in the company of people who did not have my best interest at heart or were happy to villainize me and not actually, have a conversation. And to this day, there are still people who are like, I don't fucking know how they feel about me. Usually I have a pretty decent idea, but it's hard to trust it sometimes because it'll be so outlandish. But almost every single time, whatever crazy outlandish thing I'm thinking that I actually kind of believe in, it turns out to be true. Which is even scarier, because then when I get another outlandish thought about another friend that I'm just so happy to have, it's very difficult for me to not trust that thought, or at least put any stock into it. When history says, hey, you're probably right, you should listen to your gut. But I don't want to listen to my gut. I want to be stupid, and I want to frolic, and I want to do exactly what the hell I want to do. But it's not safe to just do that. Women do not hate each other the most, but when it comes to survival or perceived threats, almost any human is going to do much more than is necessary to make themselves feel safe. Most of us will, especially given the material. So I don't know. That's all there is to it. I don't really want to have to cut this video into two, so sayonara, ciao, aishiteru, etc. We all gotta figure our shit out and be nicer to each other,